week of school, ladies and gentlemen. One entire full week of school. All right. So, Adriana, let's go and we'll get this going for you. I will be handing back your quizzes in just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, but if you would, take out your computers and go into Infinite Campus and take a look at your grade. And then I will hand back your quiz and show you what you got in it, but you'll already know. These questions are exactly the same. More accurate. Precision and the same number. Make it up. As long as it shows more precision than this number does, and as long as this number
It's just my because what was the number?
So just like this.
Why is there not how do they go through time? Wait, like I need to find a reference picture.
Alright, you're welcome. Good luck. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's the one. Karina, yes. Right. This here, yes. Alicio. Nope, no Alicio. Okay. Zach, Sam, Kevin. Oh, Kevin. Theo, you're here. Jules, you're here. Aiden, you're here. All right. So I'm looking at 19. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Mitchell. Kevin. Skylar. Right. Karina. Zach. Giselle. Adriana. Abby.
Yeah.
Theo.
See, this confused me.
Evelyn.
I don't know if the zero
Jules.
before point counts.
Please put away your phones, your headphones, those kind of electronic devices, ladies and gentlemen. Finlay. Albert. Please sign in. Okay. Thank you. A 7-8. Training.
Where is this one now?
Sam. Elsa.
Oh, yeah, there's no question.
Kevin. Here you go. Thank you. Okay. All right, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages. We will go over the answers to this in just a minute, but just take a look at it. By the way, just a reminder for you. The new hallway pass system is working. For the longest time, our computers or our Chromebooks would time out. You would go up to it, you'd type in your ID number, and nothing would happen. They are working now. So if you need to use the bathroom, now if you come late to class, that you still sign into the sheet that is on the wall. Okay? That we cannot use this pass system for. But if you need to go to the bathroom and you ask and I say go, you come up, you type in your ID number. It should ask you where you want to go. If it doesn't, it didn't work. So if it doesn't ask you where you want to go, it's not working. It's been working for the last few days. You tell it where you want to go. You go to the bathroom, you go get a drink, whatever. You come back, type in your ID number again, and that will end your pass. I don't know if after you type in your ID, you have to hit end or just typing it in ends it for you. I'm not sure. But that is working, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. So I gave you back your quizzes. Now, there are two versions of the quiz. There is version A and version B. So if you are looking at the quiz, ladies and gentlemen, you need to look up in the upper right-hand corner and see which version of the quiz you have so that we can look at the correct answers for your quiz as I go through them here. Okay? Now, I'll put them up here on the hover cam. Okay. Version A is on the left up here. Version B is on the right. So those are the answers to the first 4 questions on both of the quizzes. I'll slide it up a little and there you'll get all 6. So if you had version A, B, D, B, D, C, C. If you had version B, A, D, A, C, A, A. Now, if you have a question about one of these, I will be happy to answer them because I don't allow retakes on quizzes. But the purpose of this quiz is to let you judge if you are ready for our tests next week. So you are going to get asked questions about sig figs. You are going to have to round numbers in sig figs. You are going to get asked questions about accuracy and precision. Everything that was on this quiz, everything that was on the last quiz will be part of our unit test next week. So if you didn't do well on it, that means you need to ask questions, you need to get some help. Today, you are going to be spending most of the hour working on that packet that I gave you on the unit cancellation problem. That does not mean you can't call me over and say, can you explain sig figs to me one more time? Or can you tell me what I got wrong on this question of the quiz, why this is the correct answer instead of what I wrote down? And I will be happy to do it. But if you have questions right now over something you would like me to answer, I will be happy to answer it for you. Okay. By the way, probably wouldn't be a bad idea for you to write down the correct answer on your quiz so that then when you're going back, hopefully going back to this and looking at it before the test, okay, I got it wrong here, but which one was the right one? At least then you know, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here is the other thing, and I will be very honest with you. I told you at the start I am going to treat you like adults, okay? And I am doing that. But if you have not opened the packets and done any of the practice problems on the worksheet, and you just got a poor score on your quiz, there's probably a correlation there between the amount of practice you are putting in and your score. Now again, if you did very well on this, you're fine. You are on your way. Okay? But if you did poorly on this, there are ways that you can improve that. Okay? There are ways that you can improve that. All right. We'll go to the second page here, ladies and gentlemen. For version A, these are the 4 answers that are on the second page. And for version B, these are the 4 answers that are on the second page. Okay? So again, A, your order is C, D, D, B. And for version B, C, B, A, B. And again, if there is a question you have, if there is something you want me to go over, that is why we are doing this now. So please speak up. Anyone need more time with this? Okay. So on the last page, version A, the multiple choice question at the top, the answer was D. For version B, the answer was A. Okay, now there are 4 questions down below, and the 4 questions, 3 of the 4 are identical from one test to the other, or one quiz to the other. Okay, so the order may be different, but the questions were the same. So we'll take a look at version A first. You were asked to convert from 557.7 millimeters into decimeters, and I gave you these 2 conversions. Now, some of you did this very well. Some of you found other creative ways of doing it, and some of you messed up because you multiplied by 1,000 instead of dividing by it. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, as we practice with what we're doing today, more unit cancellation and things, this will become easier for you. But you should have begun with 557 millimeters. Now, if you had the other version, if you had version B, I will put it up there in a minute. It was question 13. The only difference was your starting number was different. That was the only difference on version B. Your starting number was different. And I will show it in a minute. But you should have had 1 meter over 1,000 millimeters, so millimeters cancel. You should have then had 10 decimeters over 1 meter, so the meters cancel. Now, if you did not give me 5.577 with the unit of decimeters, you lost a point. So some of you I have written on their math, meaning you set it up correct, you had everything right, you just did poor math on this. Okay, please sign in. Okay, so you just did poor math on this. Okay, other people, they just put an answer down. Well, I gave you the credit for the answer if it was correct, but if you don't show me the work, I can't give you the credit for it. So this was worth a point, this was worth a point, and then this answer with the correct unit was worth a point. That's how I got 3. Okay? Now, this 13, and this is number 14 on version B. Same exact question. Create a number that is more accurate than 1.15 grams per cubic centimeter if your accepted value is 1.00 grams per cubic centimeter. Please express your measurement properly for 2 points. Now, to be more accurate requires you to be closer to your target. That is the only thing that it requires. So for this, the only way you could get 2 points is if you wrote a number between 0.086 and 0.114. Okay? You could have put 1.1, you could have put 1 down, and it would have been more accurate than 1.15 because these numbers from here to here are closer to 1 than this number is. Okay? But you had to have the number and you had to have the unit to get both points. So if you have an X there and then 1, chances are it was because I gave you a point for the unit, even though your accuracy may not have been correct. Your number may not have been more accurate. Okay? Question 14, which was question number 12 on version B, asked you to create a number that was more precise than 0.115 grams per cubic centimeter. And in this one, I don't care what the accepted value is. The accepted value, the known value of the target has nothing to do with precision. Precision is how far beyond the decimal your number goes. So for this one, ladies and gentlemen, you needed to add a decimal place. You needed to have a number that was 3 places beyond the decimal, even if that number was 0.001. That would be more precise than 1.15 because it went to 3 places beyond the decimal. So again, if you only got 1 here, chances are you had the precision wrong, but you had your unit correct. If you only had a number here and you got 1, good news. You know what it means to be more precise. Bad news, you didn't put a unit down. We don't leave any numbers without units in this class. Questions? The last question, 15, was the same on both quizzes. We want the 3 things shown in any measurement: a quantity or a number. I accepted either one. Unit, second thing. Third thing, precision and uncertainty. If you put precision in what the instrument reads to, that is the same thing. Okay? So quantity, unit, and I accepted either precision or uncertainty or both. You had to get all 3 to get 2 points. If you got 1 or 2, you got 1 point. If you got none, you got no points. Okay? And I said I would put this up there for those of you in version B. This is your conversion, bless you, from 652.2 millimeters into 6.522 decimeters. Anyone have any questions at all about their quiz? Now, if you got a score of 11, 12, 18, 19, that's the score that went in the grade book. If you had a score of below 10, you had an 8, you had a 9, you had a 1, a grade of 10 went in the grade book for you. A grade of 10 went in the grade book for you, no matter what your score was below 10. Okay? I guarantee you a 50% on any assignment you do for me, including quizzes and tests, no matter what you get on them. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is a very low quiz score does not kill your grade. You've had 3 quizzes for me. One of them is 100%. Even if you got a 50% on this one, 50 and 100 averaged together is a 75. And then we did have a third quiz that we're putting into that average as well. The point being, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not do well on this quiz, it does not totally kill your grade because I still give you a 10 out of 20. Okay? And that is in the grade book. I did again update the grade book this morning because there were some people who turned in this precision lab that was supposed to be due the other day. I graded it. I put it in the grade book now. When you go to the grade book today, with the exception of Adriana, who just turned in a quiz to me, everything should be in there for you. Everything that you have done. So if there is something missing in the grade book, you need to let me know. Send me an email, stop by after class, stop by before class, call me over during class. Say, hey, Mr. Brand, you don't have my precision lab in here, and I will look into it. Again, I am new to Canvas. Canvas is supposed to take the grades that you do in Canvas and put them into Infinite Campus for me. That doesn't mean it always works out that way. So if there is something wrong or something missing, you please need to let me know. Okay? Here's the good news. If you did it in Canvas, it will still be there. All I need to do is go back and look at it and find out why I either didn't grade it or it didn't transfer over. Questions? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, then here's what we're going to do today. Take out your packet with the unit cancellation problems. We're going to go through another problem off of that worksheet together, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We'll go through another problem off of that worksheet together. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I will take and let you have time to work on that packet. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, when I give you time to work on that packet, if you choose to sit around and do nothing, You are not helping yourself because I have written the test for next week. There are 3 problems, like you will see in these packets on the test. Your test is 65 points. These 3 problems that are on there are worth probably anywhere from 10 to 15 points on the test. So that is 1/6 of your grade on the test. Okay? So again, I'm not hiding from you what's on the test. I'm telling you there are going to be problems like this on there and that you have to be able to do them. Again, if you don't practice these, you do not get any better at them ever. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The problem that I've chosen for you today is number 4 on the second worksheet. And I've chosen this one because you need to take all of the information out of the question. You need to figure out where you're going in this question, and you need to figure out where you are beginning in this question. Okay? So, here is the question. A shirt has 12 buttons. A businessman wears a new shirt to work every day. He works 5 days a week for 48 weeks per year. Now, I want you to understand something about this. How many days are in a week? 7. But as far as a school week goes, there are only 5, correct? In terms of a year, you don't go to school 52 weeks out of the year. You go to school about 36 or so. So please understand, ladies and gentlemen, these things about 5 days a week and 48 weeks a year, this overrides what we know about a normal week because they're talking specifically about a work week here. Okay? After working for 32 years, the businessman retires. He sells his buttons to a button collector for 3 cents a piece. How much money will the retired businessman make? Okay? Now, first of all, don't ask me why he wore a new shirt to work every day, but he did. Okay? So, the question becomes, ultimately in this problem, what are we trying to find? What are we trying to get to? What unit? Money. Ultimately, we want an answer in dollars. Okay? We want an answer in dollars. That's what we're trying to find. All right. So, some of the problems you have been working with, there has been a clear place to begin. Convert 1 kilogram of mercury into a volume of mercury. Take 55 miles per hour, convert it into meters per second. Those have clear starting points. Does this problem have a clear starting point? Does it say begin with this number? No. So this one is, there is no clear starting point, no clear beginning point. We did one yesterday like that. We handled that. We'll do that today. Okay? So now what I want to do is I want to take, and from that paragraph, I want to write down all the info I can possibly get. So with that in mind, give me something from that paragraph that says this is equal to this. Evelyn. 1 shirt equals 12 buttons. Okay, what else? Five days equals 1 week. Very good. What else?
One button is 3 cents.
1 button equals 3 cents. Or I'm going to write it as $0.03. The only reason for that is because what's our final answer going to be in? And I don't have to make a conversion then. Okay? But you are correct. This is written as dollars, but you could read it as 3 cents. Okay, what else? Go ahead, Karina.
48 weeks per year.
48 weeks equals 1 year. Okay, what else? One other thing. If there is a number in your problem, ladies and gentlemen, you should probably list it as important info. We are missing one number. What are we missing? 32 what? Okay. Now, what is 32 years equal to? Does it say? It doesn't really say. But I guarantee you we're going to be able to use this in the end. Okay? We're going to be able to use this in the end. So let's write it down. Not everything in your problem will be equal to something. But if I wanted to put this equal to something, I could put 32 years equals how many years he worked or something. Okay? So again, let's see if we can get into dollars with this problem based on the information we have here. Now, yesterday we worked a problem similar to this, and I said, if nothing else, where should you begin? Well, what are we trying to find? So do we have anything with dollars here? Okay, let's begin with that then. Okay, let's begin with that then. So I'm going to begin by starting with $0.03 cents, if you will, per button. Now, what I really need to do with this unit that I have here is get rid of the unit on the bottom, right? I just want dollars, so I got to find a way to get rid of that. Let's see if I can find a way to get rid of that, okay? So I've used this one here. Do I have anything else that involves buttons?
1 shirt equals 12 buttons.
Okay, so I'm going to use that next, ladies and gentlemen, because it is the only thing that I have that involves buttons. So I can at least get rid of buttons. So 12 buttons goes on top. 1 shirt goes on the bottom. Buttons and buttons cancel. Right? Okay. Do I have anything else here that involves shirts? I don't. Did we miss something? Read through the problem. See if there's any other information about shirts that we maybe missed.
He wears a new shirt to work.
Okay. So we missed that because it didn't have like numbers in it, right? But 1 shirt is equal to 1 day. Because he wears a new shirt every day, correct? So now I can use this to get out of shirts. Shirt and shirt cancels. Now, do I have anything that involves days? Okay. So where does the 5 days have to go? It has to go on the top. Days and days cancel out. Okay. Still haven't gotten rid of that unit on the bottom yet. Do I have anything about weeks? Okay. So 48 weeks. 1 year. Weeks and weeks cancel out, right? Hey, guess what? What do I got left?
32 years.
Do I need to put something under 32 years? No, I don't have to. I don't have to. If you have to put it over something, put it over 1. All right? Put it over 1. But look at what happened to our unit on the bottom. It's what? Somebody? What happened to our unit on the bottom?
Canceled.
It's gone. Which is good because what unit are we left with? Dollars. That's what we were trying to find. Okay, now ask yourself this when you write this number. Sig figs. We're writing money, right? What is the most digits you can go to beyond the decimal for money? So write it as money, ladies and gentlemen. Write it as money. Okay? So, 0.03 times 12 times 5 times 48 times 32. What's on the bottom?
Just 1.
All ones, so I don't have to do anything with the bottoms. So when you multiply 0.03 times 12 times 5 times 48 times 32, how much do we get? Everyone.
27,648.
I'm sorry, Alicia, I missed it.
27,648.8.
You did not get that? Okay, well, here's the thing. Did someone else get that? Because it's possible that maybe Alicia will put it in wrong. What'd you get?
2,764.8.
2,764.8. Did anybody get that?
No.
Okay. Somehow, Alicia, I think you missed the decimal somewhere because your number did seem high. So 2,764.8 or 0.88? 0.8. I'm okay with that. Somehow, Alicia, I think you just go back and check it. Okay? Just go back and check it. This seemed high. Questions? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. Where's the receipt?
There's a receipt. That's all part of the story.
All right. Questions? All right. I'm going to just set some numbers up here without units just because I want to show you something. So let's begin. Let's start with 21.2. Just watch. So let's say this is what it looks like for your conversion factors. I know I don't have any units there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, again, I've said this before and I will say this again. How you do your math is completely up to you as long as you do it correctly. I, however, when I do math on a problem like this, I only want to put this into my calculator one time, and get an answer. And the reason for that is the wonderful part about our new calculators is you can hit the up button on the calculator and it'll take you back to the last calculation you typed in. So Alicio accidentally got a number that was too big. Could go back up to his calculation and see if he typed something in wrong. Okay? You can't do that if you do this 2 or 3 steps. Okay? So please understand that. So if I were putting this calculation into my calculator, I would do 21.2 times 600. I do all the numbers that are on top first. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I hit the divided by key on my calculator. And because I have more than one number on the bottom, I use parentheses and I multiply those 2 numbers together. If there were 3 numbers, if there were 4 numbers, if there were whatever, I would put them all in the parentheses and multiply them all together. And when I do this, I get the right answer every single time. I don't have to worry about order of operations. I don't have to worry about anything. As long as I use these parentheses and multiply everything on the bottom together. Now, if you don't have 2 things on the bottom, you don't need the parentheses. There's only one thing, you could just divide by it. But if there's more than one, this is the way I do it. Again, I don't care how you do it, just so long as you're getting the correct answers that you're supposed to. So if you keep doing the calculations on this worksheet and you go into the answer key and you're like, man, I'm coming up with a different number every time, call me over. It's probably something you're doing with your calculator. And I will help you. Okay? I will help you. Questions, ladies and gentlemen? All right. You've got 30 some minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? The lab stations are open if you want to go work back there. You want to work at your desk, you are welcome to. You need some help with something, either on the quiz, on the problems, on whatever, raise your hand and call me over. I will be happy to come over and assist you any way I can. But please use your time wisely, ladies and gentlemen, because you've got the time. Let's go and use it. You bet. Fill out. Yes. No, 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 no. No, I don't. Please, okay? If it is a lab assignment, you are here on that day and you don't turn it in. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Because you were absent anyway. So even if you were absent on 5 days, I would give you extra days to make it up. Okay? So no. Nope, nope, nope. You don't have to worry about that. Okay? You're welcome. I will get it done probably when you're going to the bathroom. Don't be scared. You'll be okay. Yes. 31. 31. You guys see. Okay, you want to make this like this? January, February, March, April, May, July. We're going to put up the knuckle with the 31 days. And at the bottom, 30 or 28. So 4 months with 28. So it goes January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And when you're at the top of the knuckle, there are 31 days. When you're at the bottom, there are 30 or 28. I will tell you.
Oh, yeah, I'll just. Oh, yeah, I just used. I figured that you were on a train. Hi, Jules. How's your job that you want to tell me about? No? Time to quit. I mean, the market for jobs right now is like, even working. Right? Sorry.
Now, the difference is some of them will have unit over unit to begin with, some of them will just have one unit. That's fine. Okay? If you write, if you want to if you want to put that over one, so that you clearly see that on top, you're welcome. It doesn't change. You gotta know that. Okay? Here's the process. Are your units? Once you flip it, you're fine. Sorry, Rich. You got it yourself. If you do want to get rid of the months, what do you know about Jake? In terms of how to control, that's the evil part of that. Okay? I feel anybody know I know Dave has 20 hours. Okay? About hours.
So what we do is